What's up? My name is Kwame, aka Kwam Childish, aka Poetic Kwam. And right now, don't worry about how I look, worry about what I say. I don't need your eyes right now to look at a beautiful picture on Instagram or a beautiful video on Instagram. I need your ears. I need to get out some feelings. And normally, I don't talk about politics too much on my rapper page, which is the page you're watching right now, Poetic Quam Childish. I have another Instagram account, and it's strictly for the city of Oakland, me running for mayor of Oakland in the future. And I don't like to mix the two because you know I want people to see my mayor page for what it is and my rapper page for what it is. And enough of that. Let's get to what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is a lot of things. I just want to let out some feelings, just share my thoughts. It's already been a minute and 30 seconds. And, I want to make this as quick as possible. I don't want to take your whole day, but I just want to get feelings off and talk about things right quick. So the first thing I want to talk about is the city of Oakland and how Oakland just cut Oakland's police budget by $18 million, damn near $20 million almost. You know what I mean? That's very big. And I want to say this, you know what I mean? Donald Trump shouldn't be trying to act like no gangster. You know what I mean? The Kamala Harris shouldn't be trying to act like no thug from Oakland. You know what I mean? Oakland City Council shouldn't be trying to act like some Black Lives Matter, fuck the police gang out here in the city of Oakland. You know what I mean? We, as public officials, we have a job to uphold, and it seems like if one person defund the police on the wall, they all of a sudden think everybody in Oakland feels that way. You know what I mean? Just because some people don't have time to tag it out. You know what I mean? There's people that write fuck Black Lives Matter on the wall in Oakland. Does that mean that Donald Trump is right? You know what I mean? Righteousness is something that Oakland City Council, it's a word that Oakland City Council need to get used to. And me personally, I'm 36 years old. I'm a grown ass man, and I got bigger and better shit to do than play games with anybody. You know what I mean? And I don't care how you feel about black man with dreads. He just some thug out here doing this, and that. Feel free to do so, because that's what all you motherfuckers do. Judge a lot of shit nowadays, but don't really know half the shit that you judge. You know what I mean? You don't know shit about the people committing crimes. You don't know shit about the people not committing crimes. You don't know shit about the undocumented immigrants. You don't know shit about the Asians. You know what I mean? All you different people of different fucking races, all y'all do is judge shit all day. And me personally, when it comes to important shit, I'm not into the judging, you know what I mean? Fuck my opinion, you know what I mean? We're talking about facts and what's right and what's wrong, you know what I mean? We should be all intelligent, especially if you're a city council member. You should be intelligent enough to know right from fucking wrong, you know what I mean? And anybody that knows the city of Oakland, I've been in Oakland 36 years. I'm 36 years old. Anybody that knows the city of Oakland knows that Oakland is a dangerous city. You know what I mean? And if Oakland is a dangerous city, I don't give a fuck how you feel about anything. Stop snitching, this, and that. Why are you trying to take cops out? You know what I mean? Oakland has crime. A cop's job is not to harass black men. A cop's job is not to harass Mexicans or dreadheads. or white people or judge shit. You know what I mean? Cops' job is to a cop's job is to solve crimes and handle crime that happens and handle criminals. You know what I mean? And Oakland is a city with a lot of crime. So if Oakland is a city with a lot of crime, why are you taking cops out? You know what I mean? So what's supposed to happen if one of these criminals come at me and I don't have a cop to protect me? You know what I mean? I'm a motherfucking gun owner. You know what I mean? If the wrong person run up on me the wrong way, I'm going to defend myself by any means. You know what I mean? But in the sense of defending yourself by any means, somebody get injured, somebody get shot. I don't want to shoot nobody. You know what I mean? I'm not into killing people. I'm not some fucking weirdo. You know what I mean? You the fucking weirdos that's trying to get rid of cops, nigga. You know what I mean? Just because one person wrote defund the police. One person that's not even from the fucking city of Oakland. You know what I mean? It's I go busting at somebody gets shot by a gun, a bullet, a trigger that I pull. You know what I mean? I'm the first one y'all gonna be trying to put in jail for life. You know what I mean? So how the fuck am I supposed to defend myself in a city where there's tons of fucking crime? You know what I mean? What the hell do you expect me to do? What do you expect them to do? What do you expect her to do? What do you expect Nia Wilson to do? You know what I mean? That's the reason why Nia Wilson standing on the fucking pavement. They got BART police. You know what I mean? BART police is to take care of the fucking BART station. You mean to tell me you can't put a damn BART police officer 24/7 at the station? You can't afford that? You ain't no cop for fucking an hour. Damn near. Nia Wilson laying on the ground. Not only that, Oscar Grant got shot in his back by a cop while he was handcuffed. You know what I mean? And so, oh yeah, and I'm not some brother who's with the cops and there's tons of black cops in this world. I hate the cops more than anybody. You know what I mean? But like I say, it's not about my personal feelings. I'm a victim of police brutality, and I know goddamn well I get into some shit. I do something to some of y'all. I run into some of y'all houses. You'll be the first one calling the cops, trying to get me in jail. And the thing is, people call the cops more than you think in the city of Oakland. They're backed up. Like you call the cops right now for a crime, they might, if depending on what the crime is, they may not come answer that shit for the next 2 damn days. You know what I mean? So you're trying to get rid of cops at a time when crime is going up in Oakland, crime is going up in the United States. We need cops all around this motherfucker. You know what I mean? What needs to happen is that cops need to be revolutionized. You know what I mean? You have somebody robbing a bank. You know what I mean? Of course you're going to need a fucking cop for that. You know what I mean? You got a dope fiend acting up naked in the middle of the street. Yeah, you could have unarmed community people go solve that crime. You know what I mean? But the thing is, you know, the city of Oakland is already struggling with crime. City of Oakland struggling with a lot of shit. So this ain't no time to be getting rid of the cops. And I don't give a fuck what rapper, gangster, drug cartel, whoever the fuck you are watching this, you know what I mean? I'm not scared of you. I'm not scared of nobody. I don't give a fuck who you are. But the thing is, it's not about, like I say, I understand that we live in times where people's mad at people screaming Black Lives Matter, people screaming people screaming justice for George Floyd. Some, very few people is still screaming justice for Oscar Grant. They think that Oscar Grant is some type of Bay Area thing, and everybody want to hate on the Bay Area. So everybody want to hate and ignore Oscar Grant, the man that was shot in his back while handcuffed. They say Oscar Grant was acting up on there. It's fucking New Year's Eve, nigga. It's January 1st. Everybody's drunk. Bunch of kids acting up. Young people in their 20s acting up. Fucking New Year's Eve. What the fuck do you expect, nigga? You know what I mean? George Floyd is middle of the fucking day trying to spend a fake 20 to get a pack of fucking cigarettes. You know what I mean? Then not only that, the shit that they don't show is him on camera resisting arrest for like 20 minutes before they have to put and I don't agree with that. The cop who put his knee on his neck deserve fucking 50 years for doing that. You know what I mean? There's ways to hold him down. You put him. What do you got handcuffs for? You know what I mean? You put him in handcuffs. Let him sit there on the ground acting stupid. You don't need your knee inside of his neck. You know what I mean? So don't think that I'm just siding with the cops. You know what I mean? The thing is, I'm smart enough to know that there's people out there that don't want to be gangsters. There's people out there that don't want to shoot. You know what I mean? And the thing is, there's also people out there that don't want to be your cop. You know what I mean? There's cops out there that don't want to be your cop. You know what I mean? They probably don't give a fuck about you. It's just that they know one word: righteousness. You know what I mean? It's all about righteousness. You know what I mean? Cops is starting to not give a fuck. They starting to they like people hate us. You know what I mean? Let's be lenient. Let's worry about our safety before anything. You know what I mean? It's time to revolutionize cops. Not get rid of them, but revolutionize them. Because no matter what, you're always going to need them. Just in case. You know what I mean? There's too much shit going on. Just in case. You're always going to need them. You know what I mean? And the fact that there's people that want to be cops, they want to be good cops, and you trying to get rid of them. It's not the mature decision. It's not the decision that city council should be making. They're not really. City of Oakland is a city where 30% of the people in the city of Oakland vote. It's also a city where 60% of the people in Oakland and 60% of the people in East Oakland is a fucking undocumented immigrant. You know what I mean? And so they can't vote. You know what I mean? Who's really running Oakland politics? There's people. See, we need to get more people in the city of Oakland. We need more hood niggas, and that's something that I'm going to do because I'm really from Oakland, and so I ain't got to worry about that. We need to get more people from the city of Oakland, hood, whatever, into Oakland politics. You know what I mean? There's a lot of, I can speak on this shit all day. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna finish this. This video may have to go 20 minutes. You know what I mean? We need to do the right decision. And the thing is, with school shootings, especially that mass shootings, as long as there's mass shootings, we're always gonna need cops. You know what I mean? And at this point, I think the importance of cops, the number one importance of cops is not for adults that go through shit. Adults like to handle their own problems. You know what I mean? We need cops for kids and we need cops for mass shootings. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, but it's the right thing to do, no matter how much I feel about things, how you personally feel about things. What does facts say? You know what I mean? Facts say it's not right to run inside of a place and shoot somebody. No matter how you feel about anything, it will never be right to take somebody's life without their permission. And without the right reason, you know what I mean? Basically out of self-defense, you know what I mean? Somebody you have a bunch of innocent people inside of and there's right ways to handle things. let's say that I'm a mass shooter, and I feel like everybody in this office right now is guilty, and so I'm gonna run in there, shoot a mass shooting because because I feel like they're wrong about this. That's not the right way to handle it. The right way to handle it is to talk to him about it. I feel like all y'all in this office is this, and that. And if we don't fix this, it's going to force me to do a mass shooting. You know what I mean? At least y'all talked about it first. And then you admit that, you'll go to jail. Cops just like, why would you admit to do a mass shooting? Because these people in this office, this, and that. Depending on what the response is, they like, cops going to be like, or anybody with common sense is going to be like, well, maybe that does deserve a mass shooting because they did that, you know what I mean? They raped a bunch of children, you know, everybody in here is a rapist. Otherwise, even if it's like that, that's the wrong way to handle it. There's better ways to handle it, you know what I mean? If it's like, I don't like, I think that this place deserves a mass shooting because there's it's too much diversity in here. They have one of each race. There's an equal amount of women working here. The pay is equal for women and men. We're like, no, that's a horrible reason to do a mass shooting. You're a horrible person and you belong in jail somewhere or a mental hospital. You know what I mean? I have to really break this shit down for you fucking idiots nowadays because some people really don't have a hard time understanding this, have a hard time understanding right from wrong. So no matter how you look at it, it's always going to be wrong to run inside of a place and we need cops to protect against mass shootings. We need cops. There's people who run into schools and do mass shootings. We need cops to protect against that. No matter, we need somebody to protect against it. A community group, if you don't want to call them cops, that needs some type of protection. Whether if I'm a parent and y'all want to get rid of cops, then what I'm going to do is sit in front of the school or homeschool, you know what I mean? Or, you know, anywhere what about the grocery store? What if somebody want to run into a grocery store? That's going to need a security guard. It's going to need a police officer. It's going to need some type of protection. And it's hard to protect against all of these threats. That's why you need a huge legal team. You know what I mean? Another way to look at it is that no matter if you care about your life, no matter how much of a gangster or thug you are, you're always going to need some type of protection. You know what I mean? Some type of team protection, governed, organized protection. Whether you have your own security team, or even if you have a gang, you're joining a gang. There's people that join gangs just so they won't be alone. Somebody can always have their back. You know what I mean? Your gang is basically a fucking police department. You know what I mean? You got your own government. You know? you know, I have to explain this shit to you people in idiot terms. You know what I mean? No matter how you look at it, you can't, if you care about your life, you're going to need some help. You know what I mean? And even if you're like, no matter what, I never need help from cops at all. You know what I mean? I just don't need to do my kids. You know what I mean? No matter how you look at it, there's always going to be somebody out there that does. Another people is the elderly. You know what I mean? The elderly is going to need help at some time. They can barely walk. You know what I mean? Some people is so old that they can't shoot a gun. Their hand is too weak to shoot a gun. They like, oh, I can't. My ears can't deal with that noise from that gun. You know what I mean? It's. I can't defend myself with a gun, a knife. I can't defend myself with nothing. I'm just so old and elderly. I can barely walk. You know what I mean? They're going to need help. You know what I mean? We're going to need. No matter how you look at it, I'm sorry. That's the reason why the cops exist, and that's the reason why the cops have been around for so long. The goal is to, I'm trying to tell anybody out there, no matter how much of a thug or a gangster you are, the goal is to revolutionize. You have to upgrade. You have to, there's another word I'm looking for, but I can't think of it right now. You know, even even the Bible needs to be updated. You know what I mean? You need to update the terms and conditions. That's why we have a new president, new government every year, new people, new ideas. You we need to revolutionize cops. You know what I mean? When somebody, tons of people call the cops every second. You know what I mean? When somebody call the cops, but that's, you see, all of the shit is already fine. You know what I mean? But defunding them is making it worse. You know what I mean? The when if you have somebody who, if you have a dangerous situation that can be handled by unarmed community activists who want to solve issues without being armed, you know what I mean? That still needs to be like governed and organized with a police department, because you never know. You can think that it's going to turn out fine and dandy, and it's this is an innocent person, unarmed cops. It's not needed. You know what I mean? You're still going to need like a cop in the background just in case. It's always just in case. It's always worst case scenario. You know what I mean? And the I apologize. It's like this, but it is. You know what I mean? And so defunding the police, they saying that they're going to send it to like housing. With this, there's other ways to fund housing. nobody's going to want to live in Oakland if Oakland is getting hit with bullets every night. There's people who can't live in Oakland's projects. They want to build low income housing. There's people paying $300 a month for these low income housing. The $300 a month is attracting people who's shooting every night. There's people who's telling me that when I tell them I run for Oakland, mayor of Oakland, they say my building is getting hit by stray bullets every night. I'm scared to go to bed. Who's going to want to live in Oakland? Who's going to want to live in a city where they're scared to go to bed at night? You know what I mean? What it is that they want to protect these undocumented immigrants. You start adding cops. You start funding cops. Oakland needs more than cop funding. They need FBI funding. Oakland is home to tons of unsolved murders, tons of unsolved crimes. They need detectives. Oakland has one detective for every 13 homicides. Los Angeles has one detective for every 2 homicides. You know what I'm trying to say? And so Oakland is a very dangerous city. This stuff needs to be funded. You know what I mean? And they want to talk about some Black Lives Matter. You want to talk about black people don't like the cops. The black community is against the cops, and all of this, all of that. I was at an event the other day where on Juneteenth by the lake, and as I walked through the lake, 50, I would say a good 90 to 95% of the people walking around the lake that day was African American or black, some type of black. They was from all over, you know what I mean? And you had shooting there, and I seen people, a person died very close to me. I was very close to where it happened. People started shooting. I seen people running. There was tons of black people running. That means that there's tons of black people that don't want to be shot by a bullet. You being shot by a bullet is no joke. And there's too many goddamn guns on the streets. You know what I mean? Gun sales drew. There's people shooting with legal guns, with anything they could. The gun sales grew with the pandemic. People's attitudes grew. The rent grew. The prices grew. People's attitudes grew. People's evilness grew. People's true side grew. You know what I mean? It's this is not a good and the thing is, that's what's going on. You know what I mean? Listen, Oakland City Council member, you're not no motherfucking gangster. You're not no motherfucking thugs. You shouldn't be acting like no motherfucking thugs. You know what I mean? You know damn well that it's wrong to be defunding our police department. Damn it, my police department. I'm the future mayor of that city. You know what I mean? Of this city. I'm the future mayor of Oakland. And you are making things harder for me when I come into office next term. You know what I mean? None of them know what they doing. You know what I mean? And the thing is, they know that it's black people shooting at each other. They want to get rid of the police because they want black people to die. You know what I mean? In these streets. You know what I mean? They want to make Oakland more dangerous, and I'm not going to allow it. You know what I mean? They want to protect these immigrants. You know what I mean? They want these immigrants because they know that some of these black folks can't afford to live in Oakland anymore. They charging black people $2,000 a month and letting Mexicans stay there for $1,000 a month. You know what I mean? This is what's really going on in the city of Oakland. And we need somebody to fight against it. I promise you, I will fight against it. I'm not going to let that Oakland City Council tear my city down. And I am running for mayor of Oakland. And I don't like to mix it, but right now I'm having problems logging in to my mayor account. That's why I haven't been on my mayor account in a long time. You can check it, Mayor Quam /Oak. There's something else I wanted to talk about. Enough about that. I want to talk about the collapse that happened in Miami. My heart is with the people in Miami. I think I did mostly want to talk about them defunding. They really defunded Oakland's police department, and I'm pissed about it. It's you a fucking idiot. Those are idiots. You know what I mean? And I gotta give a big shout out to Mayor Libby Schaaf. Mayor Libby Schaaf is like, Mayor Libby Schaaf and the council members don't always get along. Mayor Libby Schaaf is actually a better mayor than I thought she was. I noticed that a shit that goes on, she don't have control over. It's the Oakland City Council. They got Rebecca Kaplan making most of the decisions in that motherfucker. The city council need to get rid of that president of the council member position. That should be mayor. The mayor should be they have to do shit to protect Oakland's mayor. I'm not about to be scared. I'm not scared of nobody. You know what I mean? If I'm mayor of Oakland, I'm gonna be at every city hall meeting, every meeting, you know what I mean? Talking to the community, trying to figure out what it is that the city of Oakland wants, you know what I mean? And one thing that we, city of Oakland, makes loud and clear is that we don't want our police department defunded. We need the police department to help kids out. We don't need a police department to harass black men and drug dealers. You know what I mean? Life is going to get very easy for drug dealers because people's going to stop doing all the other drugs that's illegal. They're going to go all weed. So weed is already legal to sell. It's, you know what I mean? If you drug dealers, you can sell weed in Oakland. The cops is not worried about you. They're worried about the killers and shit. You know what I mean? There's other crimes that go on in the city of Oakland. There be undocumented immigrants out here, making it harder for Oakland. The Oakland natives and those undocumented immigrants be touching on those little girls. It be fucking 10 people in one house. You know what I mean? And they be doing all types of illegal shit. You know what I mean? They be selling 16-year-old. Those girls they like, y'all can live here, paying no rent if you just let me sleep with your, you know what I mean? Little girl is like, I'm not tripping. I'm just going to shut up. You know what I mean? Human trafficking is big in the city of Oakland. Has nothing to do with African Americans. You know what I mean? And so there's, sorry, there's crime in Oakland. We need to fight crime. Unless you want to start Black Panthers, which I am a Black Panther. You know what I mean? We need to revolutionize cops. Like I say, liberation. You know what I mean? Liberate our community. There's all types of shit we can do. We can have special, Black people can really take over Oakland's police department and have it to the point where it's like, whenever there's a crime, let's have Oakland's liberation, you know what I mean, take care of it. You know what I mean? Sorry if there's a homicide. Sorry, cops have to solve that. You know what I mean? There's a crime. Nobody died yet. You know what I mean? Two gangs feel like shooting at each other. We can send the Liberation Party out to go talk to these gangs, talk it down. But they even if we did that, they still have to be under the police department, legally governed. You know what I mean? It's just that it's less likely a Black man getting shot by a cop. You know what I mean? It's more, the police department can be revolutionized, more community ran than white man versus Black people in community. We all know that 85% of the cops in the United States are white. You know what I mean? We know this. You know what I mean? Revolutionize the cops. Add a liberation party to the cops. We cannot do these ideas if our police department is being defunded. You know what I mean? They want to use the money for other things. They want to use the money illegally. You know what I mean? They talking about some damn housing. You know what I mean? There's ways to there's ways to handle Oakland's housing problems without defunding the cops. You know what I mean? There's big developers that will build in. People just fucking idiots. Hey, I'm done. I'm at 33 minutes. As long as it's still recording, I'm gonna keep on. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? You know what I mean? This is a weird generation. This is one of the weirdest generations I ever lived in. You know what I mean? Everybody seem kind of weird right now. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's just me. It seems like people losing their sanity. You know what I mean? It's one thing I want to say is this: get to know yourself, no matter who you are. I can sit here and judge people and say, it's not judging people. There's people who take shit there's people that will take a shit on your front doorstep just to piss you off. They'll take a shit on your in front of your business just to piss you off. They'll try to steal your car, break into your windows. As many car windows is on the ground of city of Oakland. They want to. There's people that do weird shit all the time, and it's like, what I want to say is get to know yourself. You know what I mean? To anybody out there watching this, you should know whether you belong in jail or not, whether you deserve death or whether you deserve life. You should know in your heart whether you're a good person, you're a bad person. You hate yourself, you love yourself. Know yourself. Get to know yourself. I know myself. Whether I have $10 in my pocket or I got $10 million in my pocket. I'm going to always love myself. Get to know yourself. Have a blessed one, y'all.